talk one-on-one.
Okay.
How do you really feel? Because this is, you're opening Pandora's box, so to speak.
Why you say that?
Not in a bad way, but you're giving people a different way to completely view how family is.
What's up? I am your girl Candy, and I decided to do like a year in review of my year. A lot happened this year, and it's so funny. Sometimes I go into each year wondering like, I wonder what I'm gonna do, and it's like all of a sudden just things just start coming out of nowhere. For instance, this year, I brought the year in with friends. We did like a little dinner. Y'all, but just want to say with these last few seconds, we are so thankful and grateful to have y'all here with us right now to bring in this new year. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was myself, Rashida, Toya. We put together this, we called ourselves doing a Beautiful Boss event, which we were supposed to have done a lot of Beautiful Bosses events this year, and we did not. Okay, so that was one thing that went wrong that I thought I had planned out but didn't come together. But we brought the year in together with a big dinner for our friends, and it was really, really cool. I really enjoyed it, and it was a great way to bring in the new year. But shortly thereafter, I found myself going into the celebrity Big Brother house. Okay, if you are watching this video right now, I am assuming that they've made the announcement that I am a part of the cast for Celebrity Big Brother. I did not know starting out the year that I would be doing that. It was something that came up at the last minute.
What else is going in this bag? We're putting all of this in there, right? Just this.
You got some black socks.
There we go. Right now. What about the white one?
And the white sneakers. That's
I
it.
threw them black flats on that.
Oh, but the flats. This is the bag that's not staying, so that's what I need to know.
She'll move everything out. What she don't wear and she wants to take it, she gonna have to start moving. She got a
Y'all, do y'all know what the hell I'm dealing with right now? We got Carmen over here with helping.
She's not gonna be able to keep it.
We got Jamie
So
over
she'll have to
here
move what she
figuring
don't
out
wear, and then she really
where
wanna
she
take
gonna
it
help
to
with the
house
camera and
and
she
go
gonna
in.
help pack.
So the pajamas
Me and Mama
are
Joyce over here trying to help
because
pack.
it has
Charlie,
go in the house.
we already in an episode of Big Brother. I'm just letting you know. Tired over that sleep.
9 in the morning.
Sleep.
Yeah. Pick up your pants. Before they fall. See what happened?
Get yourself together,
You got your
young man.
get yourself together.
I did.
You just need to get yourself together.
This is pre-game before she gets to the
I
house.
did. Daddy, you tired? You're not tired.
He is exhausted because I mean he done slept through all this ruckus. I don't know how much of that.
Oh,
she
my
did.
daddy.
Oh, you're with your daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, daddy daycare.
I show him my daddy.
It's because this is your bear.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay, I see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, we're playing. It's a fight. I didn't mean we were supposed to be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just hit me. Ow.
And
Ow.
now you're left.
Ow.
Dee.
So can I ask you how this has been going for you?
Well, you have been getting on my nerves. Talking and not packing, helping.
What you been doing, Carmen?
I've been supervising the pack. And then I ended up packing because the packer over there, look at God, just listen folks. On me. So I was left packing.
If you want to get the
job done. You gotta do it. You wanna do it? You wanna right? You gotta do it.
Excuse me.
You was packing like
Circumstances rising.
I feel like y'all could put at
I
least
felt
another
the
pair of
tension
shoes up
growing.
in there.
no, I can't. That's why I said
I went to the kitchen at the
Oh, put
perfect
them
moment.
put them lashes in there. She can't be on TV without no lashes.
no, she got her lash. We
Y'all
gonna
got
put them lash.
bandanas?
Alright, so you got everything?
Please don't let nobody have to tell you about taking out the dog.
Or coming home after school.
Can y'all please communicate? Communication is key. Okay?
I can't give, contractually, I'm not supposed to give you too many details on how I got picked or how I ended up going into the house. Let's just say it was something that came together very fast, very quickly. I had to make a fast decision about, going into the house. And I had never watched the show before, so I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. And, it was kind of crazy because my agent really had kind of told me, like, yeah, just as long as you stay in there for a week, you'll be good. And he didn't really think I was going to be in there that long. It did not work that way. Now, mind you, I'm glad it didn't work out that way because I didn't want to be kicked out first, but I definitely did not know going into it that I was going to last all the way until the last day, which is crazy because, to be away from my family for an entire month. I've been ready for this moment. Please understand. I'm so happy to be out the house. To start off my year that way, start off not being able to talk to any of my business partners, not being able to talk to my children, not being able to talk to my husband, none of my friends for an entire month. I did not know what was going on in the outside world. For those of you that watch the show, you might think, oh yeah, that's cool. And some people don't even think that it's real, that people really go that long without hearing anything from the outside world. But no, it really works that way. And I think it works for different people. It's different things. I know for myself, it completely threw me off when I came out of the Big Brother house. I felt so out of the loop. I felt so behind the ball as far as making plans for the year and different things. It was just like I came out of the house and it was like life was going on and I was playing catch up. If that makes any sense, I don't know, but for me it just felt weird. And it took me a minute to get myself back together. Like, I know everybody's like, what are you talking about? Because right after that you did your dungeon tour. Now, the dungeon tour was something that I had been wanting to do for a long time. If you remember last year and the season on the show, if the finale was like, was it the finale? I don't know. Well, it wasn't the finale, but it was like a big event that I did in the previous season of Real Housewives. I did the big dungeon tour dungeon show, and I decided that I wanted to make it a dungeon tour. She said that we have a sex dungeon in the house. Where is it, girl? Let me see.
How many days do we have left?
Today is Wednesday. We got one more day.
And Candy's a businesswoman. She's a boss. Trust me, if she had a sex dungeon, she would figure out how to monetize it.
I heard somebody been talking about dungeons, right?
You are the first person to ever call me a dungeon master, but okay, I'll take that.
Hi, welcome to the dungeon. Are you on the guest list?
Yes, it's Candy and Todd.
Let's see.
It seems to be a burlesque-themed musical experience like nothing we've ever seen.
It's all about bringing out your alter ego and just having fun with it.
But the dress requirements for us, if we're gonna go, they want you to dress like the dungeon.
I want to promote what you're here to talk about. Welcome to the Dungeon. Welcome to thedungeon.com is where you guys can get a ticket to see her all-new sexy 12-city tour.
What we're doing is pushing the envelope to where you never seen it before.
And I'm doing my Welcome to the Dungeon tour, and it's gonna be way over the top, very erotic and fun. Tamar Braxton is gonna be on the tour. Trina, Delicious. It's a lot of people.
You kind of had to be because your Atlanta show sold out in 4 days. Your thing sold like Coachella. Like if you didn't get tickets immediately,
you were not going to the show.
Yes, welcome to the dungeon.
Welcome to the dungeon.
Yes.
I went to the party. That was dope.
We took something that was negative and made it a positive. It was just like we came up with the idea of doing a dungeon party.
And did we do the dungeon party?
That is touring across the country is selling out.
So that was something I definitely had planned to do this year. But coming out of the Big Brother's house, I don't know. I just kind of felt like I was out of the loop. But we made it happen. The dungeon tour was a success. But some good things came out of being in the Celebrity Big Brother house. I met new friends, people that I would have never met if it wasn't for being in the house. Dina Lohan, she and I really connected in there. Believe it or not, I probably talked to Ryan Lochte more than most of the other people that, you know, I met in the Big Brother house, which is funny because he put me on the block first, if I can remember correctly. But now we keep in touch, you know, through text and stuff like that. He's a really cool guy. I was able to rekindle or fix my friendship with Tamar.
I love this girl too.
Which a lot of people didn't know prior to us being on that show. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that prior to being in the Big Brother house that Tamar and I have had a very rocky relationship. Starting back to probably our early 20s, honey. For whatever reason, she and I just did not click. And on and off for years, we'd be cool and then we wouldn't be cool, and we'd be cool and we wouldn't be cool. It was just weird. Actually, in the last few years, I guess a lot of things happened from when we were on the Escape tour, and being in the house together forced us to basically fix it. We were able to, you know, to really talk about some things, get emotional and get things off of our chest. And thankfully we were able to really come out of the house stronger and have a better relationship than we've ever had. Like, we even went on the dungeon tour together. She came on the dungeon tour with me. So with all of that, that has brought us to this point.
I know,
and now we are the dungeon tour, which it ended up being a great experience. It even made us even better off with each other. Like, we had fun together, you know, just traveling around the country together, doing different cities. The Big Brother house was like a therapy house for us. Everything happens for a reason. While we were on the dungeon tour, I guess Tamar was going through a lot of things personally. She lost, you know, people that were really close to her and her family. Just a lot. It was a lot going on, and I guess it was just a good time for us to have been back into each other's lives, because, you know, we helped her keep her spirits up, keep her energy up. And, you know, when you're going through some things that are really rough like that, it's nothing that anybody can do to just make you totally forget. But if you're around good energy, people who, you know, want to see you do well, want to see you smiling, it does help. And I guess that's what the dungeon tour was for Tamar.
Like, going into this whole rehearsal thing, do you remember that day, Katie, the first day of rehearsal?
Yeah.
I had just found out that my niece passed.
Yeah.
And like, this whole movement has become like my saving grace, you know what I mean? So I look forward to coming here in a different way, you know what I mean? Because, you know, unfortunately you guys have, you know, taken on the role of being my support system, you know what I'm saying?
Which turned out great. You know, we ended up, you know, having a really good relationship since then. And I'm excited. I'm excited that, you know, we had the experience together. Because honestly, when we went into the Big Brother house and then we saw each other for the first time, honey, I didn't know how that was going to go, honey. I was like, oh, God, why did I end up here with her? And now I'm happy that we ended up in there together. So it turned out good. Well, we did the dungeon tour for the whole month of May. So guess what? I didn't even really celebrate my birthday this year, which is unusual for me, honey, because normally I love to celebrate my birthday. But this year I celebrated my birthday working. Yeah. I was on tour, which was a good thing. I mean, we had a lot of fans came out. We had a good time. It was a great show, but yeah. It still was stressful because on the dungeon tour, I'm not just talent, I'm actually the promoter. And when you are the promoter, you have to make sure everybody on the tour is happy. Everything is flowing smoothly. Everybody get their check, okay? Even if the ticket sales ain't where they need to be, everybody still got to get their check, okay? So I learned a lot this year, and I feel that that was a great thing for me. I mean, we did the whole tour in May, but then we also came back together. We did a couple dates again in October, right around Halloween, because I felt like you always need a dungeon tour, you know, or something for people to get dressed up in some very scantily clad outfits. So we gave them the reason, okay? Yeah, everything was really, really cool. But going back to the summer. So after doing, like I said, the Big Brother house kind of wore me out, threw me off. And then I went on the dungeon tour, which it was still like everything was just happening. Everything was happening, but I didn't, you know how you feel like you just go when you're not getting any rest. You're not really having any time for yourself. You know, for us, we was in a different city every day. When we weren't in a different city, you know, I was here trying to do stuff with the kids, taping, doing this, doing that. And so it was like never a moment of rest during that time. And so honestly, I came out of that and then I went, this felt like another tour because I went to Japan with my daughter Riley for an entire week. We went to do our mommy-daughter trip, which it turned out really, really good. Thank the Lord. Praise Jesus, honey, because I didn't know how just me and Riley was gonna do all the way in Japan by ourselves, but we did good. We had a good time, and then came right back home, changed our suitcases, and went back for another week to Mexico with our entire family. So it was a whole bunch of us, but we was out of town for another week. So back-to-back trips off of a tour, it just felt like I had been away from home forever. And when I came back home, I immediately came back home to filming. So with that being said, I experienced like, I started feeling stressed. I was feeling, I don't know, I was feeling weird. Oh my gosh, how can I even forget what I left off in between things. So when I came out of the Big Brother house, I thought that because our eggs were supposed to have been already, our embryos were supposed to have been put into our surrogate, Shadina, during the time I was in the Big Brother house, right? So I came home, found out they had not done that yet. So we put the embryos in right before my anniversary. I was super excited because we put the embryos in March, I believe. Yeah, right around the time, right before my anniversary. My anniversary is April 4th. So in March, we put the embryos in. We was waiting it out. We flew out of town. My husband took me to an amazing trip to Thailand.
Hanging out with some tigers. Just kicking it.
This right here has to be the best room ever. You see my bed over there? I can see it from the outside. I can jump in the pool from the bed. Yes! So that was awesome. So I'm doing all these things while praying that our embryos stick. So basically we put 2 in. At first they told us the 2 of them was in there, and then next thing you know, only 1 of them was in there. So I was a little sad about it, I'm not gonna lie, but then, you know, I was like, everything happens for a reason. This is the way it's supposed to be. So we still had 1 good, strong, healthy win, which I was super happy about that. Okay, so I'm on tour, still trying to go to the doctor's appointments in between all my performance dates. Then took the family vacation, still keeping in contact with Shadina. Come back home. I was just feeling kind of stressed and depressed, honey. I know it sounds crazy because I had the baby on the way, which I was excited about, but it was just because I felt discombobulated because I had been all around everywhere, but I had been away from home, and I just didn't feel grounded. And it's so hard to describe that feeling because I kept saying, like, I feel like I'm not doing anything. I feel like I don't have anything going on. And everybody was like, what are you talking about? Like, how could you feel like you don't have anything going on? You did the Big Brother house, you did, you know, your dungeon tour. But at that point in the summertime, those things were over. And I'm one of those type of people that I feel like I always got to be working on my next thing because I feel like people forget quickly. And I feel like, you know, if you're not constantly working on something new, then your stuff going to be old and people ain't going to be thinking about you no more. At that point, I couldn't think of nothing. I had already started the new season of Housewives. Normally, I already have an idea of things that I want to work on or do during the time of taping. I had no idea what I wanted to do this year. I just was kind of like there. While this was happening and while I was feeling down, it was so crazy because I think I didn't share that feeling with everybody, but I did talk to 2 people that had me like super motivated after talking to them. One person, I don't know if you follow her on the gram, Ming Lee. She said some things that really got me back feeling like, yeah, you're right, I'm a bad bitch. I need to get myself together. Like, she, you know, said the right words at the time that I needed to hear to re-energize me and re-motivate me. So shouts out to you, girl. Much love to you, because I really needed that talk at the time. Another person was Miss Skittles. You know, she has her girl mob thing on social media, whatever, but she and I, we talk to each other from time to time, and she definitely was another person who said some things that really just kicked me in my ass and got me back to like, okay, get your shit together. You know, sometimes you never know who you're gonna get that talk from, but those were two women who gave me that talk when I needed it. And it's always surprising because everybody feels like, oh, Candy doesn't need to talk, you know, Candy already be having stuff going on, but sometimes I don't feel like I have things going on, and I do need that motivation from another sister out there doing her thing, and I was appreciative of them. Shortly thereafter, I was doing my auditions because, you know, I always audition for stuff, but I don't really tell people about it because I feel like, why tell people if you don't have it? But anyway, guess what? I got the part, okay? I ended up getting the part. Well, I had auditioned for a part in the show, The Shy. And at first, I auditioned for it because we were in the middle of the Housewives taping season. The network, meaning Housewives, Bravo, whatever. They were basically like, no. Not that they're not supportive of me if I want to do outside things. It just, the timing of it was not working with the Housewives schedule. And I was like super depressed about it because I was like, oh, I really wanted this and I'm not gonna be able to do it and da 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 da. But fortunately for me, there was another part that came up in the show that timing wise it did work. Because I would have just started just like 1 or 2 episodes later than what they wanted me to start initially. It ended up being great because I like this part better than the first part I was auditioning for. But this is my first time like really getting a substantial role. It's a recurring role on The Shy, and it's a great role. I play Rosalind Perry. So just know that she's a bad. And y'all need to watch the show. You know, everything, you know, some people be like, oh, everything works out for Candy. To be honest with you, it was another opportunity that came up as well at the same damn time. It's like when it rains, it pours. It's like if either nothing is working out or everything is working out. But then I had 2 great situations to fall in my lap, but I had to turn one down because obviously I was already taping with Housewives and they weren't gonna let me do every damn thing. So I had to pick my battles, okay? And the one that really won for me was The Shy. Personally, I'm always saying that I don't feel like I'm doing enough or I don't have enough going on, but I'm constantly working on things right now that will be coming out in the future. So I'm always setting up things for myself, but you know me, I ain't never satisfied. It's never enough. Okay, but you know, it's some other personal family things that happened this summer that were awesome. Kayla, she decided that she wanted to move back to New York just for a short period of time, not permanently, but she wanted to move back to New York to work on her dreams of being in the fashion industry. You have to encourage your kids to get out there on their own and make things happen. And after Todd and Kayla went to Paris this past summer, he had got her tickets to a fashion show for Fashion Week in Paris. And so they did that together. And then after that, I guess it motivated her to say, you know what, I'm gonna step out on faith. I'm going to move back home to New York, work on my dream. So that's what she decided to do. Riley decided to, she had applied for an internship at a law firm in New York, and she had a great experience. Like, she was really working, honey. They wore her ass out. It was like, she wasn't just out there getting coffee. She was doing a real job. She was having to read contracts and read this and file this and do all kind of stuff. So she learned a lot this summer, and I was proud of her as well. So it's good for us to see our older daughters, you know, really making moves, you know, and that's what you want for your kids. You want to see them actually making moves. For those of you who don't really know what Kayla does, Kayla is actually been working in the production field for the last couple of years, just kind of like her dad. She's in television production. She does, you know, behind the scenes. She's been working, now she's working on Love and Hip Hop New York. And before, you know, when she was in Atlanta, she worked on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She wants to be in the fashion world, so that's what she's working on. One thing that I am excited for is something that she wanted to do was to go to Misa Hilton's fashion school. And so we worked that out, honey, and that's something that Kayla will be doing coming into the new year. So her new year is going to start out with a bang. And I'm excited for her, as well as, guess what? Riley got accepted to NYU. Guess what, y'all? I don't know if you heard yet, but my baby got into NYU. Woo! Yes. So the later part of my year has been very eventful, honey. So basically, after I got the part in The Chi, I went from, you know, basically just taping The Housewives, for basically flying back and forth from Chicago to Atlanta, taping every single day. And it was basically team no sleep. And I literally worked every single day until the due date for my baby to be born. I know that is horrible. I know that is horrible, but I just kept praying to God, God, please don't let Blaze come early. Let her come right on time. Right on time. You know, I just was really trying to make it all work, you know? I knew that, you know, once Blaze got here, it wasn't going to be a lot I could do. So I was trying to make the most out of my time. So that's what I did. I mean, and she was a good little girl. She did not come out until the day that we planned for her to come out. And when I tell you, I literally worked all the way up until the day before she delivered. The day before. It was a lot, I know. But anyway, you know, Ace is, you know, doing amazing. He's, you know, learning more and more at his school. He goes to an international school where he speaks Mandarin and English, and he's really saying it, like really speaking well. And I, on the other hand, do not know a stick, not a word, not a lick of Mandarin, meaning Chinese. I do not know that at all. So as the more and more he learns, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to keep up with him. Okay, so right now I guess you could say that I'm on maternity leave. Does that make sense? Yeah, I am. I'm on maternity leave. A lot of people are like, why aren't you on Watch What Happens yet? Well, basically, I knew, you know, that my baby was going to be born. And so I tried to not plan any traveling other than the traveling that I had to do for The Chi. They have, you know, been patient with me at Bravo, and they worked it out for me to come and do it at the top of the year. Oh, the other thing that we're doing, we're starting Ace's new YouTube channel. He has decided he wanted to have his own YouTube. He loves watching YouTube. He's a big fan of all the other kids that have their channels, so he begged for his own channel. So now he has a channel called Ace Plays and Giveaways. Okay, and basically he's just gonna be playing with toys and giving them away to other kids. That's what he wants to do. He had, we recorded his little jingle today. Can you believe it? And my son, 3 years old, in the recording studio. He was so serious about it. He actually was pretty good. Like his timing, he's very on point to have been, for that to have been his first time in the studio. And my mama wants to start a YouTube page. Yeah, everybody wants to do a YouTube page. I look, don't just hopefully you just support. Hopefully. Oh, I gave out my phone number this year. Hello, what's up, everybody? So I just wanted to really talk to everybody about the phone number. So with the phone number, basically, the reason why I put my phone number up is so that I can have a direct communication with you guys. Everybody's like, why you give out your phone number? This gotta be fake. This gotta be fake. No, it's not fake. Basically, a situation where it's a company, they were able to give me a phone number that I'm able to text and receive text from thousands of people at once, basically. But it's really cool. A lot of people think that it's not really you, and so sometimes I actually send a video of myself saying, yes, it is me, you know, so that they know it's me, you know what I mean? But it's actually fun. So basically, I think going into the new year, dealing with social media, I feel like, you know, social media is like a must. You have to, if you're a business person, to a certain extent. I think I'm going to have to schedule my time on social media. So I'm not going to stop, but I will try to pull back. So, coming into the new year, 2020, big things popping. I got a lot of big things that are coming up into the new year. I've already started booking my schedule, honey. It's a lot of great things that I just can't talk to you about yet. So I'm excited. I'm just really excited, to be honest with you. I mean, you know how when you just be praying to God, like you be so thankful for all the things that are happening, and you be like please God, don't let everything stop, because you know you be feeling like too many good things are happening, so you scared something bad's gonna happen. So I just be like praying, God, please keep looking out for us. Yeah, there's a lot of great things coming up. Trying to just make sure Riley finish up her last senior year strong. Senior class of 2020. Ace, you know, starting his new page. He'll be 4 in the top of the year. His birthday is January 6th. And then Blaze, she's getting big already, honey. She's chunky already. Like, she eats a lot. So she's a healthy little girl. By the time you see this video, you will have already seen Blaze, I think. I mean, I already done told my family, my team, I'm posting them. We did a whole photo shoot, honey, and I just been holding it. I said, I'm posting it. Shoot. No, I'm not holding back my pictures. But you know, sometimes you do have to, like, let the baby thaw out before you start posting that picture, because they be looking a little weird in the beginning. You know, they be looking kind of like, eh. So, you know, she's thawing out, okay? She's cute, though. She's thawing out. She's thawed out, but you know, I mean, you know, you got a little baby. See, y'all can be hard on the gram, and I ain't got time for y'all to be saying nothing crazy about my little chocolate drop. But yeah, you should have already seen her by now. If you haven't, then I don't know what happened, but yeah, you should have already seen her by now. Oh, my husband's Todd. He has a lot of great projects coming up as well that I look forward to you guys seeing. So yeah, we're excited. We got like so much happening, so much. Sometimes we be doing too much, really, but you gotta keep it going, honey. Don't get it while you can get it. What we have to remember is, this is not just a new year. This is not just new year, new you. You know how people do? This is an entire new decade. Like right now, I'm going to reflect on my past 10 years. Think about the things that I've accomplished, things that I wanted to do that I haven't done yet, things I've been talking about but they ain't put no action behind. I'm going to make it happen. Everything that I've really wanted to do and did not go after in the past 10 years, I'm going hard for it now in this new decade of my life. I want to do bigger and better things. I want to look good. I want to get my health all the way tight and right. Meaning, honey, I've been over 150 for a minute. I want to get under 150 and stay there the entire 2020. I want to be fine. I'm getting old, honey. I gotta get myself together. That's gonna be the plan for 2020. 2020 is just a total evolution, change for the better. I want to help more people in 2020. Like, I'm gonna step my whole game up with Candy Cares, which is my foundation. We were planning to do a major event this past year and we did not. So we are definitely doing it in 2020. I still was doing a lot of giving. You know, I still was helping a lot of people. I don't always post about the things that I do for other people because, you know, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you don't post what you're doing, people are like, oh, she ain't doing nothing for nobody but herself. But then if I post it, it's like, oh, you always got to tell everybody when you help somebody, when you doing something. So it's just like, you don't know what to do. But understand that I have been giving and helping. I just want to do it even bigger and better in 2020. Well, that was my 2019. I mended friendships. I brought new life into the world. Accomplished goals that I never thought I could or hadn't yet. I'm just really looking forward to what 2020 gonna bring. Happy New Year, y'all. Senior class 2020.
Because this is, you're opening Pandora's box, so to speak.
Why do you say that?
Not in a bad way, but you're giving people a different way to completely view how family is.